It's a great honor to have with us our Honorable ED, Mr. Abdulla Ibrahim, in this program. I request you, sir, to kindly address the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to all. It gives me great pleasure to be here.
Salam.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
We
sir.
have a very highly interactive crowd, which makes me happy. And I hope they will benefit from this. Now, while a global pandemic has been a looming risk for decades, COVID-19 has come as a shock to the education sector, societal setup, health systems, economies, and government worldwide. In the midst of extraordinary challenges and uncertainty and countless personal tragedies, we are under pressure to make decisions at individual, family, and at societal level on managing the immediate impact of the pandemic and its consequences, which will shape the state of the world for years to come. In this context, I am very happy to note that PA College of Engineering, Mangalore, is conducting PACE Aspire 21, a series of programs on the theme post-COVID era challenges and opportunities for the various stakeholders of the society to disseminate information on this decision-making process. The programs, which will be conducted in the form of expert talks, panel discussions, meet the guest and ask from a geographically diverse set of experts, is believed to be a very beneficial one. Today, the first session on the topic of pursuing engineering in the new normal is a very relevant topic, especially to the target audience. And I believe that our resource person, Mr. Akbar Arakkal from Qatar Petroleum, will be able to disseminate the information from his vast experience and knowledge. While this pandemic has forced many businesses to reduce or suspend operations affecting their bottom line, it has helped to accelerate the development of several emerging technologies. This is especially true for the innovations that reduce human-to-human contact, automate processes, and increase productivity amidst social distancing. In this context, you, the batch of new normal, will have to be very keen on choosing a career to cope with big market requirement in the coming years, where the engineering sector is going to play a very significant role. I wish you all the best for this program, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So it's with great privilege we have with us Mr. Akbar Arakkal, the chief guest and the keynote speaker of today's program. Akbar Arakkal is an engineer graduate from MES College of Engineering 2001 batch. He is working in Qatar Petroleum, the state-owned oil and gas corporation of the country for the past 13 years, specialized in air traffic controls and marine communication. Sir is a pre-board certified communicator from Texas A&M Engineering US and certified project management professional from PMI US. He's a certified manager of quality and operational excellence from American Society of Quality and is also a certified lead author in ISO 9001 to 2008 standards. Akbar is also being recognized as a graduate member of Mr. Akbar, graduate member. He's a resource person for many institutions, including NIT Calicut and IIT Palakkad. He is also the co-founder of Sigint Systems, an automation integrator based in Cochin, and is a managing trustee of Malabar Polytechnic College, Palakkad. So it's a great honor to have you with us, sir. I request sir to take over the session. Sir.
Thanks, Ankita, for that wonderful introductory session. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So you can see me also, right?
Yes, sir.
Video and
Yes,
audio.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Respected dignitaries, other directors and honorable persons, a very good afternoon to everybody. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. As introduced, I am Akbar Arakkal, hailing from a village called Educationalist in the Thrissur district of Kerala. Did my schoolings at Ansar English School, Perimbilaf, completed my engineering from MES College of Engineering at Kuttipuram. Currently working with Qatar Petroleum, the state-owned oil and gas corporation of Qatar for the past 15 years, specialized in air traffic controls and marine communications. Married to Dr. Jasila. She is a doctor and pathologist by profession. I have 3 kids, Muhammad, Fatma, and Zainab. First of all, let me express my immense gratitude and happiness that how excited I am to see such a wonderful crowd of youngsters, of students, who are so enthusiastic and zealous to know about various prospects, trends, and opportunities in the engineering sector, especially in the new normal life. Being said that, let me make it clear why I decided to take such sessions with various campuses and various colleges of the state. The main reason is that when we were students, we rarely had the opportunity to interact with professionals from the industry. So when we became professionals, myself and a cluster of my friends, we decided, why don't we go back to our campuses? Why don't we meet our youngsters? Why don't we inspire them and impart from the knowledge, expertise, and experience which we have gained from our industrial exposure over the years of our working and our career. That's the main reason why I'm sitting in front of you today. Secondly, I always like to be in the company of youngsters, which make me feel myself young, though I know it's not that easy still. Now, before starting the session, let me try to make it clear. We will make this session as interactive as possible. We'll be having a question and answer session at the end of this presentation, and we'll try to answer your questions as much as possible. In case, if you need more specific clarifications, I'll be always happy to assist you. I'll be sharing my email address with you. You can be in touch with me, and anytime I'll be able to deliver your or address your queries. If I'm not able to do that, I'll be definitely handing over to some specialists who can help you, and we'll go ahead accordingly. So shall we continue, Ankita? Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay. Now, all of us have heard about the word new normal. Before starting the session, let me narrate you a small story. In fact, it's an incident which happened on December 10th, 1914, at West Orange near New Jersey. All of you know about the great inventor and scientist, Dr. Thomas Alva Edison. Dr. Thomas Alva Edison, he had a huge facility of industries and factories in New Jersey, which got a huge fire and everything was turning into ashes. All his buildings, factory, resources, his library, huge knowledge base, everything got a huge fire. Thomas and his son Charles, they run left and right to rescue and to stop the gigantic fire, but nothing went successful. Almost 6 to 8 departments of fire, they tried to stop the fire, and finally they gave up. Very peacefully and contentedly, Thomas Alva Edison, the legendary scientist, he called his son Charles and told, Charles, go and call your mom. Let her come with her friends. Let them see this spectacular fire, which they may not be able to see in their life again. A bit confused, Charles asked his father, Dad, how do you feel so much contented and peaceful in the middle of such a calamity, such a crisis, such an unprecedented experience? Thomas Alva Edison replied, Yes, my son, I know. It's a big crisis. It's a big calamity. All my hard work, pain, patience, and perseverance that I have expended for all the years is getting into ashes. But there is something positive about it, that all the mistakes I have done in all this span of years is also getting into ashes. The next day, Thomas Alva Edison called a press conference and he declared, within next 3 years, he will rebuild the entire industry and the factory which he lost into ashes. And that 70 years old man, he started piling the first pillar with his son. And within the next 3 years, he rebounds back much stronger and much powerful industry in the history of United States of America. Being said that, I will come to the message of this story on the go. All of us know that we are facing a crisis, a calamity, a pandemic, which we have never faced before in our lifespan. It's really unprecedented. So, being said that, you are, all of us, or all of you know better than me, what are the calamities and problems which we are facing here. You know about Dr. Raghuram Rajan, who was a former RBI chairman of Reserve Bank of India. He stated that this particular crisis is going to last for almost 5 to 7 years, and it's going to take a size of almost 300 to 500% of the financial depression that happened in 2008. And as you know, almost all depressions will take the shape of the alphabet V, which means it will go down steeply and it will come back steeply back. Means it will go to the peak bottom and it will bounce back in the reverse direction. But this particular financial depression is going to take the shape of the alphabet U, which means the depression will be much steeper and it will stay for a longer number of years, and it may bounce back after that. Maybe after a few years, it will come back to the normal status. All of us are seeing a lot of people losing their jobs. Industries are suffering with the crisis, financial problems, economies are devastated, countries are struggling. Being said all these, there should be something positive, some opportunities we will be able to identify in any sort of challenge. As we know, maybe you have heard about a great author. His name is Napoleon Hill. He has got the bestseller, the book named Think and Grow Rich, which he had authored after interviewing almost 500 very successful business people of the world. In that book, Napoleon Hill is stating, any crisis or any challenge or any difficulty you are facing in your life, you will be presented with an equal or a better opportunity to explore. So, what would be the opportunities, or what would be the good lessons of COVID that we may be able to explore? Just think about this session. Most of you are sitting in different parts of the world, and now we are trying to interact each other through the online platform. Just 2 years back, if Dr. Ramis or Ankita is telling you, or Dr. Amin is telling you that we are going to conduct, or you're asking them to conduct all the classes online, that you will be sitting in all the students will be sitting in the comfort of your home and will be attending the classes online. Do you think they are going to accept that? No. Now we already have adapted. We have become ourselves flexible to online platform. We have changed from the physical meetings to online meetings. We have decided not to travel abroad, or we are not travel to meetings, or we are conducting everything on a virtual platform. We have reduced the size of our marriages from 500 to 1,000. It's coming down to 10 to 20. All extravagances are being omitted from our life. We have learned how to make financial discipline. Such and such things are going to be the positives of such a pandemic. Now, as engineering aspirants, engineering students, or people who are going to join engineering, what are the opportunities that this new normal life present in front of you? That's the main core discussion of this session. Now, let me tell you one thing very clearly. There are only basically two things in our life. Just two things that happens. Anything you can categorize under these two broad topics. The first one is things under our control, things which are not under our control. I'll give you a small example of things under our control. As students, it's your decision, or it's under your control to decide how many hours you will spend every day to learn your books and to learn your syllabus. How many time you can allocate for understanding the latest development in the technology and innovation. How much time you will spend for your physical activities, playing cricket, football, or going for gym, etc. How many hours you will spend with your friends and your family. Similarly, an employed person, I think somebody is writing something on the screen. I think it can be stopped. Okay, being an employed person, any person can decide how much financial discipline he should bring to his life, how much amount of salary he should spend for his family, for his future investment, for his kids' education, etc. Such things are under our control. Now, what are things not under our control? Just like the world economic depression, the financial scenario of countries, such things are not under our control, though we are panic, we are concerned about it. So my dear students, my dear friends, always concentrate, always spend your resources, your valuable time, your hard work, your pain, patience, and perseverance only on things which are under your control so that you can make your life better. Being said that, we'll see how to utilize all those things under our control and convert those challenges in our life which we face in this new normal life, especially in pursuing engineering and facing the opportunities and challenges in the market for tomorrow. So two basic qualities all of us has to adopt is all about adaptability and flexibility. We know the world is changing. There are a lot of things happening all around the industry. The new normal had given a lot of new definitions for the standards and norms of the industry. So we have to understand what are the changes happening, and we should be able to adapt to those changes. We should make ourselves flexible and available to adapt those changes. Let us discuss what are the transitions happening in the industry in the new normal. First of all, industries are changing from imprudent to cost effective. What do you mean by imprudent and the transition to cost effective? Let me give you a small example. I'll try to demonstrate everything with a few live examples from our industry, which will be more easy for you to pursue. I am working with Qatar Petroleum, that's a state-owned oil and gas industry. And oil and gas industry is one of the most sought after or most lucrative fields among all other energy sector. This single energy sector is catering for almost 60% of the energy requirement of the globe, which means how important this particular industry is in the global economic scenario. Being said that, just 2 years back, going back to 2 years, if you want to implement a new project, if you want to recruit a new team of professionals, if you want to expand your present premises, all these things were accepted and approved by the management without any hesitation. Everything was imprudent. There was no problem or hesitance in spending money. But now, in the new normal order, any single dollar or a penny being spent is made sure that we will get the exact or the required return of investment, which we call as ROI, return on investment. Any single dollar being spent, it makes sure it should be worth enough to be spent and cost effective so that it give you the intended returns. So that's the transition from imprudent to cost effective. Now coming to broad skills to specific skills. Before, when we were recruiting people, we always look for very broad skills. How many years of experience they have got, what is their experience in project management, how do they manage the operations, how aware they are about the quality management standards, how good they are in the health, safety, and environment of the organization, etc., etc. Means whenever you try to recruit a person, you will try to recruit people with the broadest list of skills which they possess. But now the trend has changed. People are looking for, organizations are looking for students or freshers with specific skills, with a particular background, who can be trained, who can be made into professionals by giving a on-job training, and thereby intended result is being extracted from such candidates. So the switching is from broad skills to specific skills. Recently, I read the Harvard Business Review for the current month, and I can see that all HR recruitment professionals, they were initiated before the new normal life, or we can say the pre-COVID scenario. Whenever they want to recruit somebody, what they do, they just put the jobs and responsibility of the retiring person plus additional 2 or 3 qualifications and look for new candidates. That trend is stopped. And this is a good news for freshers. Always the organizations are looking for people who can deliver results on a specific job. Now coming to the next transition, knowing to doing. What's the transition from knowing to doing? As I told you before, your credentials, your marks list, your certifications, everything was counting very heavy, or it weighed a lot in the pre-COVID scenario. But now what organization look is what result you can deliver the next day you join the organization. What you know to do, what is your strength, what you can specifically deliver for the organization once you're assigned to a particular role, or you're given a particular assignment and you're asked to do the job very next day. So the transition is from knowing to doing. Again, coming to the next transition, things have changed from offline to online. I don't have to explain much about this. We are now conducting an online session. I have visited PA College of Engineering a couple of times. I have interacted with Dr. Ramis, and we have given sessions to the students over there when I was in Mangalore. So this trend have changed. So we have to adopt and be flexible to the changes. If I'm telling that, no, I'm not interested in online classes, I'll be doing only physical classes whenever the pandemic is coming to an end, and whenever we are able to start sessions accordingly, which means your adaptability level is very poor. Your flexibility level is not as required by the present new normal standards. So always try to cope with the technology, try to be with the change, and as Mahatma Gandhi told, be the change what you want to see in the society. Be yourself the change. Be the natives of innovation and don't be the migrants. Always run with the technology. Now coming to the next transition, conventional to innovative. All organizations will be having a set of norms and regulations by which the procedure and policies are being framed, which they run their operations. Now, in the new normal life, wherever you can implement innovative technology, wherever you are able to add more mileage to your operations and your projects through the latest technology adaptations, that is the order of the hour. You just can't stick to your history and say that this is the way we were doing the job and we will continue on that. No. So conventional way of doing operations or jobs have changed to innovative way of doing it more smarter. As we say, we are looking for, or organizations are looking for, people who can work smarter and not just work harder. Now, coming to the next transition, resistance to collaboration. In previous years, we can say that we can see all the organizations, if they want to do a particular job, always they recruit their own team, train them. Okay, so now the next transition we have discussed is from resistance to collaboration. I'll just give an example which makes it more clear. In previous years, if an organization want to do a particular set of job or task which is not in their core specialty, what they will do? They will recruit a team who will be able to handle this core specialty. For example, in my organization where I am working, our core strength is to produce crude oil and natural gas. So our HR, IT, finance, everything are supporting departments. In the recent new normal norms or new normal standards, always organization will start outsourcing those fields which are not their core strength of operation. So oil and gas industries will concentrate in just production of crude oil and natural gas. All other supporting systems like information technology, can be finance, HR, or material management, logistics, etc., will be outsourced to those smaller companies or contractors who can do it for a much cheaper cost, and they'll be delivering the results to the client, mean to the particular company which give outsourcing. So now on employees to outsourcing the jobs on a contract basis is going to be the trend of the future. Similarly, if you want to just hire a warehouse to store your equipments and materials, before and all, companies just hire a huge facility and they pay the rent. But now, wherever we can have mutual partnership with other organizations where they can share the space, even it's a virtual space, maybe cloud space, or can be a physical space like a warehouse, whatever it may be. Wherever you can make win-win partnerships, organizations go for that to make cost optimization. So these are the major transitions that happening in the industry in the new normal life: imprudent to cost effective, broad skills to specific skills, knowing to doing, offline to online, conventional to innovative, resistance to collaboration. Now, let us see how can you plan your career in this no normal life. what are the changes happening, and how good you can prepare yourself to face the challenges in the new normal perspective of the industry. Now, let me ask you, what do you mean by planning? We can say planning is something like setting your goal and preparing yourself to reach your destination or to reach your ultimate career goal. That's the simple definition of career planning. So first you have to set your goal, then you have to prepare yourself, you have to gather all the resources and put your efforts to reach your career goal. For example, this session, it's a result of a big planning. Dr. Ramis, he contacted me that they're conducting a series of talks on the aegis of Inspire 2021. And we discussed about my availability, your availability, and we fixed a date and time. And there was a number of plannings behind that, like preparing the poster, how to prepare myself to deliver the speech in a way that the session should be beneficial for the audience. So there is a lot of planning behind even this session. Similarly, planning is required for your career. And how we will make this career planning? As engineers, what are the things you should know? Or as engineering aspirants, what are the things you should be aware about to do your career planning and set your goal so that you will be able to reach your final career goal? See this picture. You can see that the initial years of our school, we need help from our parents, from our teachers, from our siblings, friends, etc., to get into track. Slowly, we covered our adolescent stage, then we become youngsters, then we went to the high school, then we got an admission for the professional courses, then we wanted to pass the professional degree somehow, and the next aim is to get a job, to get a job of your dream. Then you have to go for your career goal to reach that particular stage. So what's the difference between career and dream? Career is something related to your job, means what should be my goal, what should be the actual position or designation or accomplishment I should attain in my life, in my job perspective, or what should be that in that position I should gain, or that experience and expertise and contribution, and that particular maximum goal that I should attain in my job or in my profession is called career goal. When you speak about your dream, it's about your life. What should you be as a human being in your life? What are the things I should be able to contribute to myself, my family, my friends, my society, and the world I live in? That's called your dream, right? The best thing you have to attain in your life. So once you reach your career goal, your next step is the delivery of your social commitment. See, I'm sitting in front of you as a part of my social commitment to deliver the experience and expertise which I have gained, to impart the knowledge which I have got from the industry exposure to the younger generation. It's a part of my social commitment. And once we reach the point of our social commitment, the next step is self-actualization. What do you mean by self-actualization? Self-actualization is nothing but there's an aim for which God has sent us to this world, to this earth. So we have to attain that goal before we pass away from here. We have to mark our presence even in our absence. Let me repeat it. We have to mark our presence even in our absence. So once you actualize that ultimate goal of your life, we say that we have attained our self-actualization stage in our life. So how do you plan all these career, your how to reach your career goal? All these things we can discuss in the coming slides. Why planning is important or why planning will help? I'll just show you two different pictures. Just have a glance and tell me, or you can think yourself, who is going to survive? There are two pictures. The first picture, you can see the sea is very calm, the weather is very favorable. But in the second picture, the sea is very rough and the weather is also not favorable. You can see the clouds accumulating in the sky. So, being said that, who is going to survive? The first one or second one? I know we'll be thinking in our mind, this is the second one who is going to survive. What are the reasons behind that? The second person, he knows where he is going. He had prepared himself. He had worn the swimming gears, and he had prepared himself. He had planned himself, and he's going towards a destination. He knows where his goal is. The second person, on the other hand, He have no planning. Though his situation is very favorable, his sea is very calm, the weather is not rough, the atmosphere is very peaceful, he doesn't have any sort of goal to attain. He is not putting any effort. He has not planned himself to reach the destination. He doesn't know where to go. So this is equally applicable in your professional life also. First thing is to set your goal. How to set your goal? You should know where I have to reach in my profession, in my career. So to set that goal, people like us can help you. Come back to us. Come back to professionals. Come back to those people who have got experience and expertise in the industry, and ask us questions. We'll be happy to answer you. So set your goal, and you have to understand what achievement I should attain in my life, in my professional life, or in my career. That's setting your goal. We will be able to help you. Second thing, after setting your goal, what next? You have to prepare yourself. You have to gain the information about how to reach, how to pursue your courses, how to gain more knowledge, how to adapt to the latest technologies, how to interact with the professionals, how to understand the changes, trends, and all those perspectives that's happening in the new normal order of the engineering sectors. So you have to prepare yourself, read, browse yourself, and expose yourself, and ask questions, prepare yourself, and be ready to be a better professional. And finally, the most important thing, put your effort. By setting the goal and preparing yourself, you will not reach your final destination. You have to, of course, put the efforts, and you should be able to reach, you should be able to expend yourself, you should be able to exert all what you can do in a very disciplined way, so that you will be able to reach your career goal. So setting goal, preparation, and putting the effort. Now coming to how to set your career goal, and what are the things you should be aware about in setting your self actualization point of life. Just see this pyramid. This is a career pyramid. The topmost stone is your career goal. What you have to be in your life, in your profession, your career goal. To reach your career goal, you should have a fire inside you that you call as ambition. The cornerstone is ambition. Without the cornerstone, the pyramid is not going to exist. So you have to set your dream, your ambition, what I should be in my life, what sort of contribution I should be able to do to the society, what I should do to maximize my capacity, and to get the maximum output of a person I am. So set your ambition. What engineering stream I should pursue, why I'm going to take this particular stream, and what all things I have to gain, and how to reach, and I have to pursue in the engineering sector or the engineering field which I'm going to take, especially in the new normal order. So that ambition is that fire inside you which leads you to reach your career goal. What next? Once you set your career, everybody has got their own time span to reach their career goal. My time span is different from yours. Dr. Ramis' time span is different from Dr. Ankita's. So all of us are having different time spans, and we are running in our own time span. No comparisons. God has set a certain point of milestones in our life which we will attain if we are ready to set your goal, prepare yourself, and put your efforts. And don't worry about the time span. It will come to you as it has been planned by the biggest planner, which is the Almighty. But we cannot sit simply thinking that, okay, everything has been planned by the Almighty. No, it's your part, it's your stake, it's your responsibility to take that challenge and attain your career goal within your own time span. So set your time span and start working towards it. Maybe the first 10 years of your career may be the base or the foundation to reach your career goal. So my dear students, once you reach this career goal, what next? And the most important thing is to set your goal. And how do you set your goal? Setting goal is the most important point of pursuing engineering career in this new normal. To set that, I'm just repeating, or I'm just rewinding that points. To set your goal, get back to professionals, get back to your parents, get back to your teachers, and get back to your friends even. You can take their input, and you have to think yourself what I am good for, what I am best for, what is the best potential I can capitalize myself so that I'll be a good professional. So set your goal, and you can the best thing you have to do is that you have to maximum increase your exposure with industry specialists. You have to make good rapport, good relation, good feedback good line of communication with industry experts, then your parents, your teachers, and set your goal and be very clear about where to go. So once this goal is set, I'm again repeating, people like your teachers, your parents, and professionals like us will be very happy to help you. Get back to us, be in touch with us, try to utilize us, explore the possibilities, take the informations, gain the knowledge, and set your goal accordingly. I cannot set goal for you individually in this particular session, but definitely whoever is interested, I'm sure you'll be getting back. Then prepare yourself from those all those inputs. Prepare yourself to pursue your engineering courses in a very disciplined and orderly fashion, which will take you to greater places. And finally, you have to understand one very important point in life, which we have to always keep reminding ourselves, which is life is all about relations. Life is all about relations. Whatever height you reach in your career, whichever point of accomplishments you reach in your life or in your job or in designation or whatever it may be, without good relation with your parents, with your teachers, with your friends, with your society, you cannot, take it from me, you cannot enjoy whatever you attain or whatever you define as achievements in your life. Your parents are your first teachers. They had struggled a lot to take you all the way long where you are now. Still, their struggles are going on. So be show your empathy to them, not sympathy. Show your empathy to them. Think from their eyes and try to do whatever you can do to make them happy. Any parent will be happy to see their children flourishing in their career and their life. So your responsibility is to make sure that your parents' dreams are coming to fulfilled, or it's been fulfilled. Then comes your teachers. Teachers are not just those people who teach you your bookish information or just impart your knowledge from syllabus. Great teachers, they come to your life, they touch your life, they always walk that extra mile in your life, they influence you, they pursue you, they nurture you, and that influence will always be with you in every walk of your life. I know teachers like Dr. Ramis and Dr. Amin, etc. They're great personalities whom you can approach any time, and they will be able to help you and motivate you, inspire you in the way they possible. Then about your friends. See, friends are the biggest assets in your life. Build good contacts. Take it from me, those friends and teachers whom you build relation right now will be with you in every walk of your life, because whenever you have not reached any sort of positions in your life and you have good some relations over this particular era, definitely it will carry with you towards the end of your life. Being said that, be good professionals, set your career goals, prepare yourself, put your efforts, take feedback from your parents, take feedback from your teachers, put ourselves, professionals like us, into fire, ask anything, whatever you want, anytime, we'll be able to help you and set your career goal in a very structured and disciplined manner, and be the powerful professionals and more important, better human beings of the new normal. Now, being said that, our next discussion will be based on how or what are the main attributes which you should possess to be better professionals or engineers, or while you have to understand what the industry is expecting from you once you have completed your engineering stream, and how you can prepare right now, not even after the campus life. See, people who are better prepared, who have got a better perspective and vision about the industry they're going to work, will start preparing from the day one they decided to take the engineering stream. They will try to understand what are their weaknesses, what are their strengths. They will try to invest on their strengths. They will try to overcome their weaknesses and be better professionals and better human beings for the tomorrow. So, what are the career development facts which you have to be aware about in this new normal life? The first and foremost skill you have to attain is communication skills. Why I put it as the first point is because, from my experience, communication skills will take you to greater places. Just think about an example. Me, as a person who's having 15 years of experience in the industry, have got a lot of exposure with the organization, with about the oil and gas industry, etc. If I'm not able to talk to you in a way which I am able to convey you my experience, my expertise, and my exposure, how it is going to benefit you? For you, it is nothing. Whatever experience or knowledge I have, it doesn't mean or it doesn't contribute anything to the rest of the society or rest of the organization. So, my dear students, take it from me, gain good communication skills. Communication skills is not just about talking in English. Communication skills is about pursuing, is about influencing, is about understanding the latest ways and latest platforms where you'll be able to express and impress yourself to be a better communicator. Once you go for an interview, or once you join an organization, once you lead a team, once you want to complete a project, once you are leading a particular task, communication is a key to your success. So start speaking in English with your friends right from today. Utilize the debate clubs which are available in your schools or colleges. If not, form one. You can utilize resources like Toastmasters. You know Toastmasters. Toastmasters are available around the globe. In every city, every town, you can find at least one Toastmasters club. Toastmasters club help you to develop your leadership capacity and as your communication skills. There will be mentors to help you to develop your CC manual, which is the competent communication manual, within which you will complete 10 projects in 1 year, and you will be very confident to speak up in any stage you get in your life. So, my dear students, read good literatures, good newspapers. Even you can go for great classics, which will help you to improve your vocabulary and your word power, and apply them. You have to talk in English. Otherwise, just if you by reading only, you will not be able to develop your skills. Speak to your friends. Don't be shy. If you start speaking to your friends from now, I can guarantee if you meet again after 6 months, your communication level would have gone much higher what is it today. Then coming to the next point, that is about attitude. I don't have to explain much about attitude. One of the recruiters was asked, I'll just give you a small example. One of the recruiters were asked by one of the students, actually, what's going to happen to the world? What's going to happen to the industry in the post-COVID world? I can see that industries are falling down, economies are struggling, countries are in big crisis. So what's going to be the future of engineers like us? The answer that particular person, the recruiter, gave to the candidate was, you don't have to worry about what's happening around the globe. You just take care of yourself. Sharpen your skills, be a better employee, improve your employability, try improving yourself, be a better person of tomorrow. So that positive attitude, whatever crisis is happening, whatever problems are there around your world, your society, focus on your strengths. As I told you in the initial slide or initial part of the session, concentrate on your strength, on things under your control. Always be positive. Whatever crisis happen, whatever problems go around me, I will survive. I have to survive, and I will sharpen my skills, and I will be the chosen professional of the tomorrow. So be having a positive attitude, invest in your positives, invest in your strengths, and invest in things under your control. Now be ambitious. I told you what's ambition. Is that fire which drives you to your career goal. Always you have to remind yourself about your ambition. The best thing to do is a very simple exercise which professionals advise. Write your dream in a small piece of paper, stick it somewhere in your room. Every day you have to dream, you have read that particular dream. I can say that that paper at least for 3 times daily. Remind yourself, what is my aim? What is my goal? What is my dream? What is my actualization? What's my social commitment? What sort of professional I should be? What sort of human being I have to convert myself? What sort of changes I have to bring in my life to be a better professional and better human being, of course. So be always ambitious, growth seeking, whether it in your personal life or in your professional life. Always go for growth seeking opportunities. Opportunities will not come to you if you don't have opportunities. Create opportunities. Always create opportunities. How to create opportunities? To create opportunities, you should know what are your strengths. If you're good enough in literature, if you're good enough in language, go and give a speech to your colleagues, to your teachers, and you'll be able to inspire them with your communication skills. If you're good enough in playing cricket, go and make a good match. So always make growth-seeking steps in your life, just without pondering the negatives and challenges of your life. If you're given an opportunity to work in an organization in your core field, even with a smaller level of salary scale, just accept it, because all of us, including me, I started from the very lowest level of my career, the lowest level of a career, where I even did cable pulling in my previous organizations. But that was the way I learned what are the difficulties, what are the challenges, and how to overcome that. Slowly, we got a small growth scale, and the growth ladder or the career ladder opened in front of us. Keep on pondering, keep on learning, keep on attaining new skills, keep on taking new certifications, keep on understanding what is going to be the change, and be the forerunner of the change. So be always a growth seeking person. Next is learning from mistakes. All of us are human beings. We make mistakes. Doesn't mean that we are all perfect. But there is a renaming for mistakes in the professional, in the latest new normal norms. We call mistakes as opportunities to learn. Okay, we can make a mistake once, but mistakes should not be repeated. Take a book and pen. Name that book as lessons learned. Start this habit in your life from today. Name that book as lessons learned records. Whenever you make a mistake, write it down. This day, this time, I made a mistake like this. What are the lessons you learned from that mistake? Write down in the same page. And at the end of that page, write down steps you have to take in your life so that you will not repeat your mistakes. And this is going to be a great changing, I mean, we can say going to be a great change in your life. Whenever such scenarios come, you can just refer to that page, understand what you did and why that scenario was a successful one or a failure. If it was a failure, take lessons learned from that failure. If it is a successful one, just make it better next time. So always learn from your mistakes. Now we'll come to the basic engineering disciplines which we can pursue not even in the new normal life, even in the pre-COVID scenario. In fact, I'm not going into detailed description of the scope, prospects, trends, and opportunities of each of these streams. It will take maybe hours together to describe and detail about the different opportunities in electrical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, applied electronics and instrumentation, computer science, architecture engineering, information technology, etc. So just I'm leaving it to you. Whatever doubts you have, you can ask me during the question and answer session. Still, if you are not able to clarify that, we will keep it for another time. We can conduct sessions accordingly, or even you can get back to me in my email. If I am able to answer that, I'll be definitely happy to do that. In case I want to connect you to professionals in different fields, different profiles, I can definitely do it for you. As I told you in the initial part of the session, we are a cluster of professionals. We are a cluster of professionals who are willing to help you. And if I am not a professional in a particular field, definitely I can guide you to the right person who can give you the right information and right clarification about each and every field exactly in the details, specifications and specializations. So let me give you just I'm putting in your mind, these streams are the most basic branches or engineering disciplines which we can pursue. And added to that, there are a lot of upcoming innovative fields and upcoming trends which we can discuss in the later part of the slides, which may be helpful for you to understand what are the standards of the new normal. Now coming back to the engineering applications. Let me ask you, how many of you know, just give me 1 minute. See, all of us know that we are going to pursue engineering, or we are currently pursuing engineering. What are the different jobs or what are the different applications that I will be doing after completing this particular course. Any engineer basically have to work in either of the four fields, which I'm going to describe here in this slide, which are going to be the uh, development of a product or technology, projects related to one or more product or technology, sales of one or more product or technology, then service related to one or more product or technology. I'll just give you a small example and you will be able to understand what are these different applications or four of these applications in your daily life. Suppose I want to buy a car. I want to buy a car. So my intention is to buy a Ford Figo, for example, just for example, or a Tata Nexon. So what I will do first, I just dream myself that I have to buy a car. So that car has to be initially designed or somebody has to develop that product, which is this part we call as the development of a product or technology. A prototype or a basic model of this car has to be developed in the lab by the car designers and the automobile scientists, which will be coming out as a prototype and it will be displayed in some auto shows and we will be able to view that and that's been exposed to the market so that particular prototype is ready. So if the prototype or the design is ready, what next? This prototype or design of the car has to be manufactured on a industrial basis, or we go for a assembly line manufacturing unit where this car is being manufactured, or we can say it's coming out as a full product from the industry or from the factory. That's called the project. Excuse me, Dr. Amin, are you taking care of admitting the Dr. Amin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm taking that.
Taking care of admitting the people who
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Okay, you can mute everybody. Thank you. So that's the second part, the project. Project means we have to produce this particular car in an assembly line in a factory, and the end product comes to the market. What next? As a customer, this particular car reaches the sales showroom. So the customer has to go to the showroom and he has to talk to the sales executive and he has to describe what's your budget, what are your requirements, what is the maximum capacity you need, what are the different variants of the car, etc., etc. And the salesperson explains to you everything, and you finally come to a decision. Okay, out of the Ford Figo or Tata Nexus, this variant is suiting my requirement. So accordingly, you will go for a decision and you will purchase the car. That's a sales. And finally, after you purchase the car is taken to the road and you're driving it, and you may require some periodic maintenance. Sometimes you may require some breakdown maintenance. For that, you come back to the showroom and you take the car to the service station and they give you the service. So these four applications: development of a product or a technology, projects related to a product or technology, sales of one or more product or technology, services related to one or more product or technology, is the basic structure in which any industry works. Let it be automobile industry, let it be oil and gas industry, let it be any other industry. These four basic principles of applications is always applicable. Hope it's clear to you. Now we'll come to the next part, typical hierarchy where engineers can work in an organization. I just got an example from the oil and gas industry to make it more easy and clear for you. See, the intention of the client is to build a refinery. You have heard about a refinery, right? Refinery is that particular sector or segment of the oil and gas industry, or it's the biggest industry in the oil and gas sector, where you will categorize, you will segregate the crude oil into different products like petroleum, diesel, kerosene, paraffin, etc. It's going to the market to the distributor. That's called the refinery. So the country, for example, ONGC or Qatar Petroleum or Saudi Aramco, they need to build a refinery. So what they do, they will always assign a major or a main contractor to do this job. So let us see what are the roles of the contractors and vendors and clients in such a scenario of a project. See, here we can see a few vendors. Vendor is that organization, or vendor is those industries that provides the equipment or raw materials or instruments or whatever is required to build the platform or to build the end product. means the raw materials, or it can be instruments or equipments, machineries, anything it can be. These vendors sell them to the contractor. For example, in this case, the control valve is purchased from Fisher, temperature transmitters from ABB, steel pipe from Tata Steel. And the contractor integrates this control valve, temperature transmitter, and steel pipes to make the electromechanical array or the platform. And again, the control system is being given by Siemens. And finally, the electromechanical assembly is being done, or it's been integrated by purchasing the electrical products from Schneider, mechanical equipments from Alstom, and again, steel pipe from Tata Steel. So these companies or these organizations which sell these raw materials or equipments or instruments are called vendors, like Fisher, ABB, Siemens, Tata Steel, Schneider, Alstom, etc. The contractor assigns jobs to different subcontractors. Maybe the contractor is a huge company which assigns a particular subcontractor to assemble the electromechanical array, another contractor to assemble the control system, another subcontractor to organize everything for the electromechanical line of the refinery. And finally, what the contractor does, the contractors integrates, the main contractor integrates all these subdivisions of the project, and they deliver, or they commission the refinery for the client or the operator, like the ONGC or maybe the Qatar Petroleum, and it's handed over to the client for operations. So these are the different segments where you can find job opportunities, like vendors, we have got contractors, subcontractors, end user, which you call the clients. Now, other sub-segments coming under these categories. Under the contractor, there may be n number of subcontractors. Under the vendors, there may be n number of sub-vendors. From the vendors take their equipments or components of the equipments. And again, there may be some consultants who work in the side of the clients to make sure that all the project is run as per the specification as required by the clients. There can be even manpower suppliers. Manpower suppliers give talented, skilled people to these vendors, contractors, subcontractors, and etc. to accomplish their projects. So these are the different entry points where engineers can do all these four applications. See, I told you about these four applications. So sales is a part of a vendor, service is a part of maybe the part of the subcontractor, projects is a part of the main contractor, and development of the product or technology may be the main R&D department of the client, etc. So you can find such applications in different levels of engineering streams as projects or vendors or clients, etc. I think it's clear to you. I try to make it as simple as possible. Now, being understood this typical hierarchy, what next? Future of the technology. I've already described you what are the basic streams of engineering, like civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, instrumentation and controls engineering, electronics and communication engineering, architecture engineering, computer science, IT, etc. Being said that, what are the latest trends or futuristic technologies that emerges that can be integrated with the basic streams to face the requirement and challenges of the future? That's about the future of technology. So all of you would have heard about artificial intelligence. I know all of you are aware about it. What is artificial intelligence? All of us have got intelligence. We are, as human beings, and animals also have got intelligence. But artificial intelligence is that intelligence that has been derived from machines. What is the difference between artificial intelligence and normal intelligence? We human beings have got feelings and emotions, right? But machines doesn't have feelings and emotions. So once you dictate a particular algorithm or a particular program to a particular equipment or a machinery, its only dedicated purpose is to deliver the results. That's it. I'll just give an example. The water and electricity organization, or the water and electricity department of Qatar, is named as Kahirma. Kahirma has entered with a 20 years long-term contract with IBM based on their artificial intelligence expertise and experience of IBM to implement a project. The ultimate aim of the project is to make sure that in the next 20 years, even a single drop of water is not wasted in the entire country or the state of Qatar. So all of us know the most wanted after or sought after requirement or resource of the future is going to be water. It's not going to be the crude oil or electricity. People are going to fight and struggle for water. So this important resource has to be saved. It has to be stored. It has to be invested in a very wise manner. So this artificial intelligence project of IBM in association with Karma makes sure that no single drop of water will be wasted from any single tap in the entire state of Qatar. So such things can be implemented by using the artificial intelligence algorithms and softwares. Now coming to the next part is office automation. What is the benefit of office automation? I don't have to explain more. This time we are all behind the work from home culture. Anybody want to work from home, you are given the opportunity to access your resources, your computer, your office, everything from the comfort of your home. So office automation at a higher level makes the industry extended to your home, makes the industry extended to your home. So everywhere you can feel, you can find, you can see the emerging opportunities and emerging prospects of office automation. Now coming to cloud computing, again the Zoom platform which I'm talking to you, your 500 students or 500 different persons sitting from different parts of the world, you're able to communicate with me in this particular platform. If it was offline, all of you have to travel back to Mangalore, you have to sit together at PF College of Engineering, you have to find a suitable place for that, time, venue, etc. A lot of things has to be managed. But with the help of cloud computing, all of us are sitting together in a virtual classroom. So it has got n number of applications which you may be aware better than me. Now, data science. You know what's data science? Data science is a very broad, or we can say it's application of broad and specific information which is being extracted from n number of technologies. We can say from the interdisciplinary fields that uses scientific methods, algorithms, processes, machine learning, then we can say the big data and data mining. This is all used to extract knowledge and expertise to implement the project, so that it gives you the maximum utilization of the velocity, volume, and velocity, volume, and also the storage of data of the future. You know, data is a fuel, or we can say data is the fuel of the new normal life. So data science also is a very much emerging field which can be integrated with other basic fields to create greater projects and newer implementation strategies. Augmented reality. Now classrooms are being run by using augmented reality technology. If a teacher is demonstrating a poem or a literature with augmented reality, you can make the students feel that all the characters, let it be the elephant or rabbit or any equipments or any machineries or any pump or compressor, whatever it may be, it comes in front of you. You can have a feeling that you are working on that. This you are exactly in the industry, you are exactly exposed to the equipments and instruments that are used in the industry. So augmented reality makes virtual reality, more virtual platforms more convenient and more useful, in fact. Then comes learning management systems. Now, if you want to learn, or you have to attain a new credential or a new certification, before and all, if you want to do it from abroad, you have to fly there, you have to take the admissions, you have to be physically present in the campus, etc. But now everything has changed to LMS, everything has changed to portals. Somebody want to you want to take admission, you just go to the portal of that particular organization or institution or university, you log in yourself, you present your credentials by offline as soft copies, they conduct your interview through offline, they give you the admission online, and they also start your classes online. Everything goes through the LMS, learning management system. Your exams are conducted through LMS, your results are declared through LMS. So there are very big platforms which use the maximum capacity of LMS, which we will discuss in the coming slide. That's about learning management systems. Then comes gig economy. What do you mean by gig economy? Gig economy is a new economy, or we can say it's an existing economy, which uses or which capitalizes the availability and convenience of both the service provider and the end user. I'll give you an example. You may be aware about Uber taxi service. It runs on the principle of gig economy. Suppose a driver he want to join or he's ready to run on the Uber platform. He has got a username and password. He logins with username and password and is ready for service. Maybe he'll work for 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 8 hours. It depends upon his requirement and his convenience. And once he finishes ride, he can just log off and he can go back to home and he can spend the rest of the time as per his convenience. Similarly, the client has no commitment with the organization or with the Uber platform. He just logins whenever he needs to hire a taxi, just hire the taxi, pay the payment online, just go back to him and just log off. So all this gig economy is defining a new order in which you will be able to work as per your convenience and your availability. That's clear. Now, next slide defines about the possibilities of online resources and learning management systems. I'll just give you very few examples about the online resources and learning management systems, which you may be able to utilize even under the aegis of Aspire 2021, or maybe PA College of Engineering can also give initiative to give your students such huge online resources. The first one, which is the EDX. EDX or edX, it's a very strong online platform developed by Harvard University and Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is the MIT of US. You will not believe if you go to the EDX platform and search for any knowledge base, any book, any information, any research paper, any new innovative things or information you need, you will find it there. And most of them are free for access. Some of them are paid also. We can say up to 45 to 50% resources of EDX is free for access for anybody who intend to seek knowledge from their platform. Let us try to understand how strong such platforms are, how vast the knowledge base are being shared, and how much investment governments and NGOs have made to develop such platforms. All we have to do is to understand its strengths and utilize it. Then comes the Udemy. Udemy is again another online platform which has got a lot of informations. Again, most of them are free, but it runs in the private sector. And most of the courses we can see it's paid version also. But you can just take those information or those books or those research papers which you intend by paying a small amount of money. Then comes the TED Education. Just log on to TED Education, you can find a number of videos which has been shared on different topics, different experts, and different innovators, thinkers, philosophers, entrepreneurs, and scientists and lecturers. Everybody gives small and short videos, very concise videos, which give you a very good insight about the latest things which you need to pursue. Then comes Swayam Online. There is a joint venture of AICT, UGC, and IIT Bangalore, which is again a online resource which is working under the Ministry of Human Resource Development, MHRD of India government. Then comes the National Digital Library, working under or which is being developed by the IIT Kharagpur, and it's working under the aegis of Ministry of HRD. Again, National Digital Library access will give you informations or books or whatever you need. Just name it, we have it there. Then comes the spoken tutorial from IIT Mumbai. This is a very innovative platform, I can say. Whatever things you need, they will teach you as live classes, and it's very interesting also. It's just like you can say the Skillsoft software developed by ExxonMobil, which teaches the students about the industry equipments and products. So, my dear students, teachers, mentors, leaders, parents, enthusiasts, entrepreneurs, whoever who is listening this talk, please let us move to the next world, to the new normal norms, where we should be able to understand, capitalize, and extract the results of huge hard work being done by governments and also by NGOs, which we can even access for free of cost. Some of them are paid versions, but such huge informations are totally available over the internet. Let us start changing from conventional mode of learning to online and innovative mode of learning, which will give you an upper hand in the future. Now, coming to the, we have got Skill India for startup for different government, even the central government and state government are giving you a lot of startup missions, which are also very beneficial for youngsters of your age. Now, let me conclude this talk with giving you some quick points about the traits of a leader or an entrepreneur. What are the traits you have to develop yourself to be a better engineer or a better professional or a leader of the society in the future? The first one is leadership quality. What do you mean by leadership quality? You should be able to lead your team, should be able to lead those people around you, influence them, take their trust with you and carry them with you, and make sure you prosper yourself and your team at the same time for the benefit of your organization. Then comes integrity. What do you mean by integrity? Integrity is nothing but keeping your professional goals or the organizational goals much higher than your personal goals. Whenever you work for a team or you work for an organization, always the organizational and team goals matters than your personal goals. Then comes honesty. I don't have to define much about it. Do what you say what you do. There's a famous quote from the legendary leader Abraham Lincoln. You can cheat some people for all the time. You can cheat all the people for some time, but you cannot cheat or betray all the people for all the time. Trust matters. Ability to delegate. Whenever you work for a team, make sure that you're delegating the jobs as per the capacity and as per the talents of your team members. Don't try to do everything by yourself. Delegate in a very professional and a very ethical and empathetical manner. Then comes communication. We already discussed about it, how important communication skill is. High energy levels, always be a person of high energy levels. How do you gain energy levels and how it can impact your professional life is very important to be understood. A person who is having an energy level, you will be able to influence and you will be able to attract whoever interact with you. They will be able to gain a lot of energy from you. Always transmit positive things, always talk about opportunities, and always try to impart hope, and also always impart light in others life, which will make you a better influencer. Then comes motivation skills. You know what are motivation skills? Life is all about crisis. Now we are facing a huge crisis in the form of a pandemic. We have to overcome. If you are a motivated person, of course, that motivation will be transmitted to your team and to your organization. Crisis management. As we are facing a crisis, an unprecedented crisis like the COVID-19, we don't know what happens tomorrow, what happens the next hour. Any crisis can pop up with ourselves, our family, society, or organization, institution, anywhere. So be ready to face any crisis with all the challenges and convert them to opportunities. Uh, Commitment. Always be committed to your goals. Always be committed to yourself, committed to your society, your parents, teachers, and everybody. A non-committed person cannot make big changes, especially in the new normal standards. Dedication. Be dedicated. I don't have to explain much about it. The importance of dare, desire, and dedication. Then comes positive attitude. We already discussed about it. Learning from mistakes. You already covered this point. Ability to inspire. We know what it is. Then the influencing capacity. Those people who involve in your problems will be able to influence you in your life. There's a grid in project management which states whenever your influence goes high, whenever your involvement goes high, your influence level also goes parallelly high. So involve yourself, involve in your family, involve with your friends, involve with your teachers, involve with your goals, involve with your inner self, which makes you influence yourself, your team, your organization, and whomever you interact with. Then the last one, I think it's about the questions, the question and answer session. Now, let me conclude with that particular message of the story which we discussed earlier about Thomas Alva Edison and his son Charles. My dear students, my dear teachers, my dear friends, life takes its turn at its right turn. We don't know what our destination is. We don't know what life will be tomorrow. We don't know where we will be heading towards. But one thing is sure, we cannot create our destiny, but we have a strong part in unfolding our future. And that part has to be played in a very cumulative and involved manner so that you will be better professionals of the future. As Thomas Alva Edison told his son, when I see all my efforts and hard works are getting into ashes, I can see all my mistakes are so getting into ashes together with that. So let us learn from our mistakes. Let's try to understand the challenges. Let us try to convert those challenges into opportunities. Be better professionals. Let's be adaptable and flexible to the changes. Let us be the change. Let us be the change that you need to see in the world, as told by our great father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Thanks for listening. Now you can we'll switch to the question and answer session with the hope and with the great dream that I'll be able to see great professionals, great entrepreneurs, great change makers, great innovators from these cluster of students who uh, were present today, and we'll be all proud about you, about your achievements. Thanks a lot. You can ask me any questions which are relevant to the topic, and I'll try to explain as much as possible. As they say, there are no stupid questions, only stupid answers. You can ask me any question you want, but they are going to be correct. Maybe my answers can go wrong. Thank.
Sir,
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
yeah, sir, which all course can we go for this if we are choosing computer science? Like,
Which course you have to go for to choose computer science?
yeah, if I am choosing computer science.
Yeah. Okay. The question is that which specific field or stream you have to select if.
Yeah, field.
Okay. What I would like to say is that during your bachelor degree, you always go for the basic specialization, the most basic specialization. For example, if you are interested in computer applications, go for the computer science and engineering, pursue the beta course, and during the course, you can enroll to other subsequent latest innovative technologies and streams, which will help you to pursue your career in a better way. But don't go for specialized BTech, in my opinion, or in the BTech, don't go for something like specialization can be done either in your MTech, or you can do even after your course or in parallel with your BTech. So when you do your degree, always do the basic computer science and engineering degree if you're interested in that field, and further explore the possibilities. Because there's a saying like form is temporary and class is permanent. So we don't know what's going to be the trend of tomorrow. So if you take something very specialized streams of engineering right now, and if that trend is not going to sustain, maybe you not be getting opportunities as you intended. But if you take a very basic computer science engineering stream for a BTech, and you specialized by the end of your course, or even for your MTech or for your doctorate, etc., you'll be able to make very wise switching at that time. Hope that's clear. Doctor, I mean, if somebody is typing the questions in the chat box, you can just read it out.
Yes, sir. The one question is there, sir, which is better, CSE or ECE? Electronic and Communication Engineering or Computer Science Engineering? The question.
Actually, that's a question like if I ask you, who is better, father or mother? Both father and mother are important to us, right? See, both these courses, electronics and communication and computer science engineering, both are good, both are highly accepted and recognized courses. We cannot say that one course is good than other, one course is bad than the other. There is no classification like that. It depends upon your intention or your taste, or how vibrant you are, to how enthusiastic you are to pursue a particular field. If somebody is highly interested in software development or artificial intelligence or even data science, it's better that you go for computer science. If somebody is highly interested in the 5G techniques, maybe in air traffic controls or maybe in some other applications of telecom industry, then we have to choose ECE. Both the streams are equally important, are equally strong, are equally presenting you the opportunities. We cannot say that one is better than other. But of course, if you have some particular intentions or some particular dreams or particular ambitions or goal settings related to any particular stream of engineering, then go for that, pursue it, and try to build a good career in that. Meanwhile, you can be in touch with professionals in both the streams, whichever stream you are selecting, and get feedback from them to develop yourself as a better professional when you pass out from the college, and bridge your gap between the campus and the industry.
Sir, another question is like, is it possible to get quick result for our efforts?
See, that's a interpersonal question actually. Is it it's able to get quick results for your efforts. What I would like to say is that, my dear students, there is no shortcut to success. When I conducted one of the sessions in a renowned engineering college of Kerala, I'm not mentioning the name of that college, one of the students asked me a very strange question. The question was like this: Sir, how do organizations like Qatar Petroleum, where you work, treat or see back papers or supplementary? So the inner insight of that question was, I've got lot of back papers. I'm not ready to clear that. Can I get job in Qatar Petroleum? That's a very tricky question. I answered to that friend or to that boy that, my dear student, actually, Qatar Petroleum doesn't have any perception of our supplementary papers because they don't consider people who doesn't pass BTech. So similarly, if you want to get success, if you want to get results, we have no other shortcut other than to put our efforts. There are many factors which leads you to success. That the clarity or the vision you have about your goal, your preparedness, how much well prepared you are to reach that goal, how much hard work you are ready to do to reach that particular aim. So keeping all these in mind, plan yourself, get information from the society, take advices from professionals, set your goal, take your resources, put your efforts, and don't just worry about the result. Result will come to you. There's a great saying like, the deserved accomplishment is a right of any person who holds a strong belief in his destiny. And for sure, you will reach that point and you will be successful.
Sir, another question is like if they want to get into oil and gas industry, which course they have to pursue?
See, that's a very good question. I expected this question actually. Oil and gas industry, we can find all the applications or all the streams have got its own application in the oil and gas industry. But to talk about the core specialties or the core streams which we can find job opportunities in oil and gas, they are mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, production engineering, electrical engineering, and up to an extent instrumentation engineering. So these five core streams, I'll repeat again: mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, production engineering, and instrumentation engineering are those streams where you can find the core applications. Definitely electronics and communication, maybe information technology, computer science, etc. will be having some role to play in the industry. But core application comes from these five. And out of these five, there are a lot of specialization coming up. A lot of specialization coming up. If I have time, I can show you something else. Just give me 1 minute. I mean, we have time.
Yes, sir.
Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just
Yes.
have a quick view about the applications which the students asked for.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are the different streams, as I told you: instrument and control, electrical engineering, civil engineering. Then comes mechanical, information technology, telecommunication engineering, etc. Out of this, instrumentation has got a lot of roles to play, like instrument control engineer, proposal, engineering, procurement, commissioning, maintenance, etc. Then comes the electrical. The disciplines are design engineering, commissioning engineer, production engineer, project engineer, maintenance engineer. All comes in the oil and gas industry. Then comes the civil engineering, where we have got contract engineers, construction engineers, estimation engineers, project engineers, planning engineers, procurement, cost control engineer, transportation engineer. Then mechanical, materials engineer, rotating equipment engineer, pipeline inspection, planning engineer, HVAC, procurement, estimation, project, QAQC, etc. IT, telecommunication, RF engineers, telecom operations, laboratory systems, BMS, air traffic controls, PABX engineers, microwave engineer, etc. So these things, if I want to discuss in detail, may take another 1 hour. If you want to arrange a session specialized in oil and gas industry, we can do it on a later time. So be prepared. I would like to say all the streams have got its own role and applications in the oil and gas industry, but specifically the 5 fields I told you, are related to the core subject.
Hello, sir. Can you please explain about aviation engineering? That would be helpful.
Actually, aviation engineering is a wild field. Actually, we can say very wide field. It has got the aircraft maintenance engineering. It has got aviation instrumentation like ILS systems, instrument landing systems, and got air traffic controls. Many sectors are there. If you want me to explain or connect you to some very strong candidates, I've got some friends who are pilots,
Sir, maintenance engineering. Thank you.
even maintenance engineering. I think I'm not the right person to explain it detail and technical side. Just get back to me over email. I have shown my email to you, akbar.arakkal@gmail.com. I'll be definitely able to connect you with aircraft maintenance engineers who are working in the field.
Sir, if you are asking about robotics engineering,
Which one?
robotics, yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Again, that's a very specialized field. I can tell you, robotics application is everywhere. Even I got an organization of myself. Its name is Cygent Automation. We are doing some robotic projects based in Kowai. Our client is L&T, Laser and Turbo. My friend is running that company, and I'm a partner of that. So I can say that robotics applications is going all around all the industries. Let it be the energy sector, manufacturing sector, automobile sector. Wherever you go, you can find the applications of robotics. So if you want to know something very specific, or if you want to understand the scope, the prospects and trends in robotics, I'll be very happy to help you. Just let me know your queries in my email. I will be connected you to my partner, Mr. Rias AK, which is a specialized robotics engineer, and he'll be able to help you further. And even you can have a personal chat with him if required. So because why I'm not pondering into such fields is that you should have very specific insight and very clear explanation of your doubts. So I'll be able to help you and guide you to those pool of professionals and experts who will be able to guide you properly.
Yes, sir. There is another question, Paris. A few students asked this. Like, where do you recommend to study UG course, whether in India or abroad?
Very good question, actually. Uh, Personally, I would say that if you are getting an international exposure, that's a very good thing to do. See, whenever you are applying for a PG in the for higher studies, I mean, in abroad countries, you'll be asked to write the SAT examination. So we have to understand what are the basics of SAT. SAT is totally different from the JEE or GATE, what we see in India. Uh, I got a personal experience. One of my friend, his son, he was trying for the IIT and didn't get selection for IIT. Maybe his rank was a little bit back. But for when he tried for MIT, he came in the first top 10 in the rank list. The reason is that SAT always look for your overall performance, not only your academic performance. They look for your academic performance, for of course, your special achievements within this span of time, whatever things you can show them as your personal projects, your language capacity, your interpersonal skills, even your hobbies. Everything is counted, and the total outcome of these particular strategical points which I told you are been calculated to give you admission for MITs. For somebody who is not getting in MIT, IIT may be qualified for MIT in that sense. Not only that, if you go for PG sessions in PG courses in countries like Germany, the courses are totally free. They give you very good internship, and they will give you 100% scholarship also. And there, if you take the example of Germany, I will explain you. In Germany, every university is sponsored by huge corporates like Data and Bosch, like Mercedes Benz, even the BMW, all German companies. They sponsor their universities and they sponsor the students who are doing the PG sessions there, and they'll be given opportunity to do their internship in those organizations, and even they'll be placed as per the opportunities that arises. So always aim for the best. If you are able to do your PhD in Harvard or on Oxford or in Stafford, you have to go for that. Even the Pennsylvania University, Siddhartham University, North American University. So such big universities are waiting for you. But you have to prepare yourself, should know what are the requirements, how to prepare for the SAT, you have to polish your language skills, you have to show what all achievements you have made all these times. You will be able, should be able to perform your interviews. And that industrial and international exposure will be better for you than doing a PG in India. I don't say that PG in India is bad. Of course, our organizations, our institutions like IIT and all our IIC are giving very good opportunities for our students to learn new technologies and good exposure. But definitely, if you're stepping ahead and if you're looking for the best, I would say international and international university with high ranking and good ranking will be the best option to choose.
Sir, there are a few queries, sir. Like, what is the best advice you can give to help plan a career rather than simply work to keep a job?
Uh, the question is like what you can do better to plan your career just other than doing a job, right?
Job, yes.
That's what I explained in in my slide. What are the different phases of a person in his life? Like what are struggles he is taking to complete his professional course, then in his job, how to set his career goal, then how to deliver this social commitment. And social commitment depends upon person to person. Once you do your job and
Sir,
you are
can join now.
delivering some very fruitful results to the society, you will really enjoy it. It will be not just like doing a job and taking your perks. It will not give you any sort of satisfaction. But once your job, see,
Yeah, I'll call you next. You
what
informed
I'm
Anshita.
trying to say is that just myself is a person who always like to interact with people. So I thought, okay, why don't I use my experience and expertise to interact with students? So that's a part of my social commitment. Need not be that's the same taste or same caliber you possess. So try to identify what you can do best for the society. Once you start contributing back to the society, you will feel an inner pleasure. You will start realizing an inner satisfaction which is not explicable. We cannot explain in words. It's with one person. It's specific to person. So always do your job. Whenever you go to your office, do your job. Do it dedicatedly. The 8 hours you spend in your office, don't do or don't think about anything else. From 9 to 5, be dedicated to your task, your project, your team, your organization, because they are giving you your bread and butter. So you have to say, I read an article from the CEO of Coca-Cola. He was writing that have a work and life balance always. So whenever you're in the office, don't simply just chat on your WhatsApp or your Facebook. Just stop all those business. Be with your work. Dedicated with your projects, with your team and organization. Once you're out from there, when you spend time with your family, with your society, with your friends, with your social commitment goals, be dedicated in that scenario or in that stages of life, which will give you immense satisfaction, which will make you a better person, which will give you great achievements rather than just doing a job, taking money and making wealth. And you will be creating greater values in your life, which is the real accomplishment, which we call as the self-actualization, which I tried to explain in one of the slides.
And there is one more question from Sandeep Singh, sir. So, sir, what is the path for software engineering? I mean, which stream and which course, diploma bar degree should I do? I am currently in grade 10.
Just Sandeep, you can just contact me on my email. I'll be directing to Mr. Shajim Ayes, who is head of information technology at Sheikh Khalifa University in Abu Dhabi, and he's also mentor for many organizations and is a very good trainer also. I can guide to him, and specifically, he'll be able to give you all the opportunities and all the specific answers which you are looking for. Just you can note my email ID and send me the query, and I'll be connecting him you to Mr. Shajim VS.
Okay. Uh, Thank you for the queries. If you have any specific queries, kindly send in the chat box. We'll coordinate with Akbar sir and we'll try to reach you people. Now, before moving to the vote of thanks, I request our beloved principal, Dr. Ramis M.K, to deliver a concluding remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Amin. I'm not switching on the video because I think I may get disconnected. So thank you, Akbar sir, for your very informative and very valuable informations and talk that you have given. Thank you very much. And thank you, audience, for a very patient listening for the last almost 1.5 hours. I think you were in this around I have seen that at 1:45 and 2 o'clock, many were in, and still now it's almost 4:15. So this shows your interest and the overwhelming response we did not expect because till 12 o'clock we had around 275 registrations. So we thought that we'll be able to manage with the Zoom account with 500 participants, but within 45 minutes or 1 hour, it has crossed around to up to 650 or 675. So sorry for the inconvenience caused to the audience the last moment, but I understand that people have benefited. Few things what I just want to, am I audible? Amin?
Sir, yes, sir, you are. You are.
Yeah. A few questions there was there from the student side, which course to select, which branch to select, comparison between the branches. First of all, I would like to tell that one impact of this pandemic is that the border between the branches, it has become blurred in the sense there is no distinct separation between the branches like before. This is one impact of because of the new upcoming technologies, whatever Akbar sir has told in his latest last slides, because these technologies can be applied anywhere in the core engineering. So we used to have some academic discussions in the Senate. So one major plan the universities are going to now apply in the universities is that it will not be like before that you have core mechanical or core electrical. Your branch will be called as in the future, your major is mechanical, but your minor maybe sometimes artificial intelligence or machine learning or anything like that. So that is going to be the trend in the future. That means one point is, that is the distinction between the core branches, the borderline that we used to have in the past is not going to exist in the future. And that borderline is going to get blurred. That's one thing. So what we have to do is that just like we have literacy, everybody should know, read and write. Similarly, in the future, the new normal generation and executive editors, directors, editors, he told, no, the batch of new normal. You have to become literate in the upcoming technologies in whichever, select any one of it and try to equip yourself. And this is the right time from your 10th onwards. You have, as Akbar sir has told in one of the slides, the pyramid very beautifully has shown the cornerstone and finally your goal. You should have a goal and start it. Put your effort, the destiny is there. The result, we are not bothered because we put the effort and we'll reach there, and whatever we get, we are satisfied. So you have a goal, upskill yourself, come to know about the recent technologies, and whichever possible means, you have to explore it and equip yourself with those technologies. One other questions somebody asked, which branch has got the scope? And Akbar sir gave a very beautiful reply by comparing between, if you ask me who is better, mother or father. Usually when the students come to our college also in the first year, they ask us sometimes, which branch is better, sir? Whether computer science is better or whether electrical is better. So we give a very common reply to the students. The reply is that the scope is not for the branch, but the scope is for the student. I repeat, the scope is not for the branch, but the scope is for the student. You select an area on which you are interested with consensus on the upcoming trends, upcoming market, and with discussion with experts in the area. You select a topic and you study it without much ambiguity. Go ahead and upskill yourself with that, and you are going to reach the height. In our campus, and PA College of Engineering Mangalore, basically the department, the PA College of Engineering has arranged this program. We have campus interviews. So when the campus interview happens, many companies come. So one thing what the companies want, that is, it's called as the day one company. That means every company come and tell that we should be the first company who should come to your campus and interview the students. It's called as a day one company. Sometimes Infosys tell that, some institutes allow for Infosys, some institutes allow for TCS. If you allow for TCS, then Infosys will not come. The reason is that when the day one company come to a campus, they select the best students. They select the best students. And the next company is basically not allowed to attend the interview in many of the colleges. That is why to select the best, they choose the day one company. And most of the time we have seen that a particular student is selected in multiple companies. And it cannot be computer science, it cannot be mechanical, it cannot be electrical, it can be any branch. So the question here is, don't get tied up with the thought of a particular branch. Whichever you feel the best, get into it and be the best in that particular area, because company is not behind the branch, company is behind the skill set, as Akbar sir has very in the initial slide he has told about it, the skill set that you are having. They are actually not looking at the big marks. Marks are also important, academic credentials are important, but what they are looking at is the result that you're going to get. So your skill set is very, very important. So these 2 points I just wanted to address in this concluding remarks. So wish you all the best. Thank you very much. And as many of you have suggested, this program basically Aspire 21, it's a series of program on a lot of challenges and opportunities which will come rise in the new normal. So we would like to interact with you again. And if you require any more discussions or any more things that you want to get information, we have a platform where we can connect you with the expert across the globe. Because previously we had to travel, but you see this program, we have countries from various countries sitting together and listening. We will be able to connect you with the experts across the globe, and we'll have further discussions. We are also having a panel discussion on this particular topic, that is emerging trends in technology, the challenges and opportunities in the coming days, where you have very experts from the various industries. At the top level positions, they'll be coming and they'll be sharing their experiences. And one more program we are going to have is Meet the Guest and Ask. That is experts or the people who have marked significant contribution in their life, who have success stories. They will come, they will share their experiences, and you can ask them. So these kind of programs we have arranged. So anyway, we hope that we'll be able to meet you again and see you again at times in online mode or offline mode. And thank you very, very much for your cooperation and time. And thank you, Akbar sir, for your very, very valuable time and very valuable information that you have given during the session. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ramis, for that wonderful concluding note. As told clearly, somebody asked me about how to get success very quickly. Just when I heard Dr. Ramis' words, it reminded me of something. A quote from Steve Jobs. He told in his biography that, see, success is not about gaining a lot of materialistic achievements in life. You're successful if you have put the 100% of your capacity. If you exert the 100% of your efforts towards your goal, you are successful. Don't think about the materialistic achievements or positions or credentials you gain. You do your best, you put your 100% of your capacity to the goal you are intended to reach, you are successful. And I wish, I pray, and I think that all of you will be great, successful people in your career and in your life, more importantly. Thanks a lot for this wonderful time. I really enjoyed it. And I would like to thank PA College of Engineering management, directors, principal, and all the coordinators for this wonderful time and this event. I would like to be with you again and again, and see you soon.
So, Professor Ankita,
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Divya Shetty, Department of Electrical Engineering, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ankita. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. Let me first start by giving glory to the Almighty for making today's event a resounding success. PACE Aspire 21 is meant to disseminate a series of programs on post-COVID challenges and opportunities. One such program is Pursuing Engineering Career in the New Normal, an expert talk by a man blended with long industrial experience and academics. On behalf of the management, staff, and students of PA College of Engineering, I acknowledge our gratitude to Mr. Akbar Arakkal, who inspired us with all his words of knowledge and experience. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Vidya.
We like to express our sincere thanks to our Executive Director, Mr. Abdulla Ibrahim, for his humble presence and good wishes. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our brilliant and truly outstanding principal, Dr. Ramis M.K, whose leadership and vision had steered this program PACE Aspire 21. I thank our beloved Vice Principal, Dr. Sharmila Kumari, for her stewardship, support, and commitment in organizing this program. I thank Dr. Syed Amin, Director MBA, and Professor Raid Munir, Department of Mechanical Engineering, for their unstinted support in coordinating this program. I thank Professor Mitra K, Department of Mathematics, and Professor Vittal Bhatt, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, for their valuable contribution in co-hosting this program. I owe special gratitude to the heads of various departments and the staff for their valuable contribution and guidance in making this event successful. I'm sure all the participants of this program have been greatly benefited. I cannot thank enough to all the participants for their involvement and willingness in taking the success of this program to greater heights. Finally, in line with today's speaker, who rightly said, "Make your presence even in your absence," I would like to leave an inspiring quote by Martin Luther King. An individual has not started living until he rises above the confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Once again, I thank you all for your interest in this event. Thank you.